What's up, everyone? Julia here.
And Trent.
And we're back with episode 5 of Loki.
The big penultimate episode, science fiction. After last episode, Victor Timely being disintegrated into threads. Spaghetti threads. And the big cliffhanger with the temporal loom just going boom. And the cut to black. The look of despair on everyone's face.
Yep.
Let's see what it means for the characters and time itself.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Sirens? Oh, the little tear.
He's the only one there.
Yeah. The disintegration of everything at the back. Is this because potentially of him being pulled?
That's what I'm thinking. He had no timeline to go to.
Yeah. Everyone's gone.
Everyone's been pulled to their own timelines?
Or other timelines.
Or other timelines, yeah.
Oh! It's time slipping again.
No. This is not happening again!
Oh! Ooh.
Hair flip.
Hello?
What?
Oh! Failsafe. Thank you for your service.
So he just jumped to the future to see himself doing this.
Yeah. Oh, that's trippy.
Hello?
It's almost like a nightmare loop.
Hello?
Is it me you're looking for?
Oh!
It's so creepy! They're all being drawn to him. They're all converging on him. So I wonder what the failsafe mode is.
Yeah.
Unless that is evacuate everyone and push them out.
Yeah, unless
somewhere.
Unless that's a failsafe to throw you back onto timelines.
A timeline somewhere. Yeah.
Mannequins scare me.
Prison break. Casey.
I wonder.
So we're going to be getting a look into possibly where they all should be on their timelines.
Maybe.
Oh, Alcatraz.
Oh, Alcatraz. Branch timeline.
Branch timeline.
Casey? Casey! Thank God you're here. Is everyone here? Who are you?
Oh, he doesn't know him.
Not again. Casey, it's me. Please tell me you know who I am.
With the boat? You're in the wrong place. We're not supposed to be here.
Is that the boat guy? Do you have a boat? A boat?
How'd you get here?
How did I get where?
Alcatraz.
What? I don't know how I got here. That's the problem. I don't know what's happening, Casey.
How do you know to go to this point?
Casey, I've been calling you Frank the whole time.
Frank?
It is true. You said your name was Frank.
It is. His name's Casey.
I don't know this guy. I don't know you.
Sorry, pal.
That'd be so creepy.
Yeah.
Unless he's been drawn to his friends, like a beacon. He's been...
So we got Sylvie's timeline.
That I think was more Mobius's. Because jet skis.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a good cast on here for you. It's gonna help you heal nicely, but you're gonna have to wear it for 6 weeks, okay? Does it still hurt? That's good. But you might forget how bad it hurt over the next 6 weeks, so I'm gonna write a little reminder on here for you. That's not gonna stop you, is it?
That's cute. I wonder if his neck hurts. Whoa!
What a song! Fonzie!
Wind in the hair, little mist slapping you in the face, and nothing but open water in front of you.
A commercial? No.
On line 3.
Tell him I'll call him back.
What a song! Thunder in your heart.
What are you thinking?
Who's more interested in a dirt bike?
Well, they say the personal watercraft is kind of the thinking man's dirt bike.
Personal
Have a
watercraft.
side moment, jump up on this bad boy.
I'm good.
Call me if you change your mind. Or if you want another donut. Great donuts today, Dale.
Wacky wavy inflatable tube, Loki.
The TVA is gone.
I think you mean ATV, and no, you're in luck. We got in 2 of them last week. They're upstairs.
You don't remember me either.
No, I do. You were in just the other day, right?
Your son's on line 3.
Sorry, single dad.
Oh, he's got a family.
Told you, I'll call him back.
Your other son.
Lover boy.
Tell him I'll call him back too.
So no one has any memory again.
And they're all branched
Yeah.
timelines.
This is our tank contingent. Don't think I've ever seen this one before.
It's really good. He's one of the greats. I read everything he does.
I'll have to check it out.
Better hurry. There's only a few left on the shelf.
It's not reading the barcode.
I can give you cash. I don't need a receipt or anything.
Yeah, but I have to ring it up or...
Oh.
Are you buying your own book?
I told you to stop putting your sci-fi books on our shelves.
Science fiction is a well-respected and thought-provoking genre.
Well, nobody buys it here.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
Oh.
Poor bee. It's very much like
his
his
office.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Jump scare.
What I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to believe.
Of course I believe you. It's a dream come true. One of my characters has come to life and needs my help. This reminds me of what happens in The Sons of Yoren.
What's that?
You know, my most popular book of all time. I'm sure I can find your copy somewhere around here.
You are a writer.
Yes, science fiction.
I'm doomed.
Oh.
I had to get a PhD to keep my day job teaching theoretical physics at Caltech.
Theoretical
You're a
physics.
scientist as well? That's great.
What exactly are you trying to do?
I need to go back to before the temporal loom melted down.
You can't. It's impossible. But don't let that stop you.
I don't
Theoretically.
understand what you've just said.
Well, you time travel in a place that has no time, right?
Right.
That's not possible.
I know.
So you traveling to a place that doesn't exist anymore is equally impossible. And therefore, it's something you might be able to do.
Sure. Excellent. Yeah, makes
Possibly
sense.
impossible.
Doesn't sound like science.
No, but it does sound like fiction.
It's
You
probably...
need to learn how to control your time slipping.
I can't control it, and it's random.
But it isn't random, because you keep ending up around exactly the people you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you're not just slipping in time,
You're
you're
slipping in
also
space.
moving around in space. It's like you're a better version of one of those tampads. With science, it's all what and how. But with fiction, it's why. So why do you need to do this?
Why? do I
Simplified
do this?
that really well.
Yeah.
Because if I can't save the TVA from being destroyed, there will be nothing to protect against what's coming.
If that's the real why that's guiding you, you should be able to control it. So go ahead.
Interesting.
Now, here we go.
Cool.
Cool. I want to watch.
Focus in on that why. You need to save the TVA.
I mean, it's good that Obi's so open-minded about it all.
You need to save the TVA.
It's not his why, though.
I'm trying.
Maybe you need to try harder.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
If I try any more, I'm gonna fart.
You must be doing something wrong because it really feels like time slipping is the answer. Okay.
Emotion and feeling.
Emotion.
This
That's what I'm
equation
thinking.
proposes that
Science.
Taser him back.
Trauma response doesn't work.
that doesn't exist.
Well, maybe it does exist.
It doesn't. I saw it disappear with my own eyes.
But then you
mind.
say you also time travel in a place at the TVA, right?
Yeah.
The time theater, yes.
If that's the case, then maybe the place and time you're looking for still exists, but you just don't know where to look for it. Hold this.
Yeah?
We get the band back together.
That doesn't seem very scientific.
Every one of your friends has a temple aura, right?
Right.
Well, that means a group of people would have a collective aura
Nice.
unique to that moment in time. If we can get
I like
everyone
it.
together
Yeah.
in one place, we can read that aura.
Yeah.
It'll be like coordinates.
And we can use these coordinates to get back to that moment in time.
No,
Why you're drawn to. Yeah.
because we don't have one of those templates you talked about.
Well, can you build one? You can build one.
Maybe, but without
What if-
any of the knowledge of how
What
it
if
works,
through all this
I would
Loki's
have to
the
invent it all from scratch.
crutch for
It could take a
building
whole
the
lifetime.
TemPads
And building the
and the
TVA.
TVA overall somehow?
Because he has the manual.
Very, very handy.
Yeah.
What if you had that knowledge?
What's that?
You tell me you wrote it.
I did.
There's one on every desk at the TVA.
So I am going to write a bestseller.
No one reads it.
Sort of. let's get to work.
Oh. No one ever reads them.
Oh, that's a problem.
Is he burnt? Yeah, he's burnt. How did he get burnt?
Magnifying glass.
Who gave you the
Ladder.
matches?
I stole them.
Oh,
No,
matches.
you-
Okay.
Give them to me. Come on. Hand them over. Don't run. Kevin. Kevin. Get. Sean, go get him. Come on. Hurry. And if you keep them from burning down the house, I'll get you a puppy.
Well, this is
Come
going
on.
to be hard for
And the
Loki to
snake.
break up the
We'll
family.
negotiate later. Run. Small victories. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, you were at the shop earlier.
That's right.
Yeah. You live around here? Or did you follow me home?
Oh no. No. I was actually on my way to happened to see you, so I thought I'd just come and say, look, I'm sorry I couldn't stick around back there. I was in a bit of a time crunch.
Yeah. You were looking for ATVs.
The TVA.
Yeah. I got something I want to show you. Come here. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't dream of parting with one of these beauties, but wife is long gone, and I can't ride two of them. Plus, the boys are probably going to need braces and math tutors. And
A beautiful union of form and function. Listen, I'm going to tell you something that's hard to understand, Mobius.
Mobius.
Mobius, that's your name.
Okay, I think you have me mixed up with someone else.
No, you see, the thing is, I don't. Mobius is your real name, and you belong in a place called the TVA.
Okay, hold that thought. I'm going to go check on
It's
my...
okay. It's okay.
I don't want any trouble.
It's all right. I'm a friend.
I know you are. I'm a friend, too.
How did you build a TemPad so fast?
I don't know if I say 18 months is fast. Well, 19
Aw.
months. I had to take a break and move out when I lost my job and my wife left me.
Aww.
So what now?
What's happening? I promise you this will make sense.
Good timing.
Yeah. I think it's going to be much more confusing than making sense.
Yep.
I love how unstable it is.
Yeah.
This isn't the life of the man I know.
I don't know who you know. I don't understand.
I know you from a place called the Time Variance Authority. You saved my life when I first arrived. You saw something in me that I hadn't seen in myself.
Are you really my friend?
I am.
Who's he? Is he my friend?
He will be.
Why don't I remember that?
It's too complicated to explain it to you now. The TVA. You once told me it was the only life you'd ever known.
But now he knows this
I
one.
sell jet skis, man. What about my boys?
They'll be fine.
I can't leave them. What do you mean?
I understand. Listen, you can come back anytime.
Oh, you were at the shop earlier, right?
Ah.
I can bring you back to any point in time.
Oh
It'll be
no.
like you never left. Your boys won't even know you're gone.
Yeah, but I will.
Yeah.
All of existence is in grave danger.
I don't
And your
care.
boys are in danger too.
What were you calling me?
Mobius.
It's a pretty cool name.
Super cool. I do like how there's like a key personality or character trait that is in their occupations that we're familiar with, like the compassion of Hunter
This is gonna
B-15.
sound strange.
He got off. He gathered all but one. It's amazing how fast Obi's built stuff.
But time is an illusion, clearly. Because he said it took him 18 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pickpocket it. Pickpocket
Gonna
it.
throw it in my pocket. But it's interesting how they're all so disillusioned and just separated.
Mobius is my space name.
Is this everyone?
No, there's one more.
This will be interesting to
Yeah.
see whether she remembers.
Oh.
Oh! Oh!
This is gonna sound strange. I know you don't know who I
Loki,
am.
of course I know who you are.
So she's the only one that remembers.
You do?
Why wouldn't I?
Because nobody else did. Their lives were reset after the Lumos.
Yeah, I know, I was there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This isn't how I thought this scene was going to play out.
No? What exactly were you expecting? Okay. Get in the car. I'm buying you a drink.
I need one.
However,
Where did the food...
Mobius's life at the TVA was taken from him. So is B-15's. OB. Casey was a prisoner. Remember,
Zaniac, the arcade game.
lives matter. How many, if they had a choice, would have chosen to stay? Mobius always said the TVA was the only life he'd ever known, and he liked it. It gave him purpose.
It was never his choice to begin with, Loki.
gonna
He who
say.
remains did that.
But Mobius should have a choice now. No?
You would be ripping people from their lives, showing them something that they cannot unsee. What kind of choice is that?
But they didn't get a choice in this. And I can't give it to them without you. I guess this all worked out just the way you wanted it to, and you're fine just walking away. So selfish.
Of
I think
course
her
I'm
timeline's in
selfish.
big danger.
I want a life. I want to live. What's wrong with wanting something, Loki? What do you want?
I want to stop He Who Remains.
No, wrong. Try again.
I want to save this. I want to save everything, all of it.
Is it really that hard? Come on, keep trying.
I want to save the TVA.
Why?
I want the TVA back.
And?
What do you want? I want my friends back.
Two bourbons, please.
Excellent choice, Sylvie.
So he's being selfish too.
I want my friends back. I don't want to be alone.
See? We're both selfish. I know this is hard, but your friends are back where they belong.
But without them, where do I belong?
We're all writing our own stories now.
But he doesn't have a timeline.
And without them seemingly no purpose.
Go write
Yeah.
yours.
Oh, thank God. I thought he picked it up. He didn't.
No.
Cool. Where'd it go?
So I still think it's his emotion and his care for his friends that are taking him to everyone.
Do that, just takes you wherever you want to go.
Within time and space? Yeah.
So like a park,
Yeah.
Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
The bank.
bank vault.
You get out on the water much?
Swimming?
Just a thought.
Or, by the way, it's also nice just to get out on a pond and unplug, hit that reset button.
Well, keep that in mind.
Some good
Forever the salesman.
financing options available, too.
Hey, listen, if we're all gonna have to wait, I'm gonna borrow this thing for a bit.
Oh, no.
Don't bother. You should all go home.
You've already opened the door to him.
Don't you ever go home?
Oh, I like it here more.
Well, I'm glad of the company tonight.
Why do I feel like he's about to just disappear?
He is.
Rough day?
I've had better.
I got just the thing. This will either cure what's ailing you or make it a whole lot worse.
I was going to say, I'll make it so much worse.
Work on your sales technique. Thank you.
Oh, good album. Last one with Lou Reed. Yeah, this won't make her feel great. Oh, that was so subtle. The cup's gone.
Oh, wow.
Great song. Oh, the timeline's just going. I wonder.
Oh, that's trippy.
So I wonder if it didn't affect her because she has a similar temporal aura to Loki, being a variant. Aww.
Oh.
It's so horrific. Oh. It's like the snap.
Yeah.
What a shot!
Oh,
turning
wow.
with the record. That's great. Poignant song to play with this. She doesn't have anything at all anymore. Lost everything. Or she must have used He Who Remains as temp pad to jump just before.
I got it wrong, all right? It was more about what I wanted. You should go back to your sons.
I know, but that's just it. You said they were in danger. So now they're okay?
You should all just go back to your lives.
But now it's reinforced what Loki was worried about with the timelines being in danger.
Yeah.
What about the TVA?
You're fine without it. You're all just fine without it.
No, they aren't. Everything's falling apart.
Aww.
The branches are dying.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but there must be something we can do.
We can go back. We can stop the limb from melting down. We're all here. The pens. We have
The
all
aura.
the pens. The mug. The coordinates.
We need to read the collective temporal aura of everyone in this room on the temp pad.
Oh no.
Where'd it go?
Hey, I didn't take it. You can rob every bank you like when this is done. We need that 10 pad now.
Great, but I still didn't take it.
No! Casey, no!
No!
What do we do?
Oh no.
No, no. Oh.
It was a fiction problem.
He's going to be all alone again.
But he's watching everyone.
To see my boys.
Oh. It's like a different.
Nowhere left to go.
It's like a nightmare for him.
It's reminding me of Infinity War, where he's just watched all of his
Yeah.
Asgardians
I
die.
have to go back to see my boys.
God, that's.
Do you think that what makes a Loki is the fact that we're destined to lose?
There's nowhere left to go.
Just before Sylvie goes.
No, they aren't.
Oh wow.
Everything's falling apart.
I did it.
What?
You won't understand yet.
Did what?
Get. Grab the 10 pad.
I don't think they need it.
I controlled it.
Learn to control your time slipping.
It's not about where, when, or why.
It's about the person.
It's about who.
So like anchor points for him.
I can rewrite the story.
The god of stories is coming.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. To that moment.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Last episode was a huge cliffhanger, and this one's a really intriguing. To just have that him jump back to that moment and then cut. It's going to be very interesting how it moves forward.
Yeah.
That episode was really emotionally charged. Like, I didn't expect it to be focusing on so many poignant moments. Actually, I had no idea what actually to expect with the ending of last episode, that we were going to get such a methodic showing what their lives could be like on the timeline.
What their branches were and what was happening.
Yeah.
Very much a very emotional episode for Loki as well, kind of driving home that what is his purpose, and his purpose being him not wanting to be alone almost.
And protect his friends.
His friends.
Yeah. He's got so many, he's multifaceted, he's got so many different layers, but I do like that that's him at his core, and it's something that over 10 years of Marvel movies have shown, is that Loki is just wanting to be loved and to be included. He wants to be friends with people. He wants to have a good relationship with people, but people instantly dismiss him because he's the mischief maker. He's the god of lies, the trickster god.
Yeah.
He's now found that connection, and you can see it in his face at the very start of the episode. He's got that tear coming down his eye, and that conversation with Sylvie was so simple in the what do you want? And he's doing what he does best. He lies. But he's lying to himself as well as Sylvie. But ultimately he's lying to himself. He needed to be honest to say, yep, I just want my friends back. That's all I want. And he had the watery eyes, and it was just such a, great. Now we can have, now we've got it out of the way.
Yeah. Now you're honest with yourself with it as well. But your motives themselves are selfish.
Yeah.
too.
And now you can understand why I'm being selfish and what Sylvie wants her purpose on the timeline, which I liked seeing the different possibilities or the different timelines that they were living in. Yeah. Casey being a thief and escaping Alcatraz was great.
Yeah, it's nice seeing what they were.
Yeah.
When they were theoretically pruned. So a pediatrician and the salesman and the thief. It's almost like you are writing a kind of like Ocean's 11. We're building the best team possible.
A band of misfits come together.
Yeah.
But it's not like any of their lives were extraordinary. Mobius had a very regular life.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say leaning to the bad side is that it seems like his wife either left him or passed away.
Passed away, yeah, and left him with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's struggling as a single father. But on the flip side, he clearly loves his kids, which is why he was obviously very much wanting to go with Loki to protect them after Loki said the timeline's in jeopardy and, learning everything. But the lives that they were living were very normal lives.
Normal lives. It makes me also wonder if he did actually look.
Maybe.
Or if it's just maybe that jet ski memory was just the remnants of when
his former life.
His former life going through.
Yeah.
But when it's linking back to the conversations of would you look, to look and to see that you had kids and you had a life and being that parent would be hard to walk away from.
Yeah. I honestly think it's just remnants and the erasure. They just have that character trait that they kind of have that interest in.
Yeah.
Or just when they're out on the timeline, they do find that paraphernalia and that's what they like. This is so interesting and unique to them.
Yeah.
But I liked how it went from no one remembering and Obi willingly just believing because he has the science.
It's sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's fiction.
Cool. Yep.
Yes.
Which that was explained really well. But then having that little moment before Loki even showed up on Sylvie's timeline, going back to the timeline that she had originally, and the Maccas disappearing in the threads, making an initial impact to say this is different.
Yeah.
And it was that, she knows, she remembers Loki. I still think she used the tempad that He Who Remains has, because it is a different tempad.
It is a different tempad, yeah.
Just before the boom to jump out.
It is a Loki thing to do that.
Yeah.
And
go back to the safe
space.
Yeah.
So potentially, but also if everyone else got thrown to their branched timelines or a branched timeline to live a life, theoretically, it potentially would have thrown her back.
Well, what timeline would it have thrown? I think it would have thrown her back to her original timeline.
Or it may have been the waking up to the light scene, Loki and going, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But no, I like that Loki is the anomaly.
Yeah.
Here, and I think it's to do with him pruning himself from the timeline and being kind of immune to that temporal reset and having that unique temporal aura. They explained it really well as to why it's so logically, why he's able to time slip and go to certain points and that. But seeing that initial jump where he jumps to him reading the book and then seeing that different camera perspective, the camera work in this episode was excellent. That whether it be just the framing and the placement of cameras to just focus on certain things. When that guy was walking through the door in the background, I'm like, that's got to be deliberate. There's got to be something going on. I actually thought it was going to be Wolf or someone coming through, or even Loki coming to meet her again.
Yeah, but that subtlety of them walking through, and even before the door has closed, just threads.
The threads, yeah. But it was visually stunning, having the threads just ensnare and circle Sylvie whilst the record is turning, but keeping the same image.
Gave me a little bit of motion sickness, but it's all good. It's all good.
Well, it's designed to disorient.
Yeah.
But no, it was really good to have those emotional moments between all the characters, but focusing on the key characters, particularly Mobius and Loki and Sylvie and Loki. While having OB being the tech savvy whiz kid to have those traits that we're familiar with Obi just from the short time we've been introduced to him this season. Just the openness and willing to accept immediately of that this may be hard to explain. Oh, I understand that completely. Yeah, this is easy. Oh, you built the tempad. That was quick. I wouldn't say 18 months is quick.
Yeah, 19. It was interesting, though, that his warehouse and where he was with his books looked exactly like his workshop, which is making me think that this is very much a circular kind of thing, similar to with OB talking to about the manual.
Casey.
Not Casey. He Who Remains, Victor.
Timely,
to sit there and to go, no, I read your work, you read my work, and we both created that, that kind of circular going through where it's like, well, his workshop was his safe space in his universe.
Well, what was interesting was the line of, there's no one for miles. It's an abandoned area.
Mm.
So could that be ripped up and taken and be the
Built
foundation?
around, yeah.
And removed from time.
Mm.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed how they explained and simplified the timey-wimey concepts.
Yeah.
And just it made it very clear very early on that, you know, he is drawn to certain people with, you know, you've all got the temporal aura. We need to get them all together so we can read them and create the tempad. But yeah, just seeing the different, how he was drawn to different people without meaning to, gave the audience the knowledge to say, you know, he's drawn to his friends, he's drawn to people.
Which was also, we figured out his purpose a lot quicker by going, well, no, you're only being drawn to these people.
To those you care about, those you love, yeah. And that's where that nice little poignant conversation was coming through. Can we talk about the soundtrack?
Yeah.
John Farnham.
Yeah. I never thought I would have heard John Farnham in a Marvel show.
There was, especially that song, because that was from another movie. That was from Rad.
Yeah.
And then it was on a Carlton Draft beer ad, which, check that, Google it, please. Carlton beer ad, John Farnham, Thunder in Your Heart. It is hilarious. The chorus is the most 80s thing you'll hear. 'Cause it's thunder in your heart, and it moves like lightning. It's so good.
It's so random.
It's so good. Then you had Loverboy.
Yeah.
With Everybody's Working for the Weekend, and then Velvet Underground with Oh Sweet Nothing, a very poignant song to be playing at that moment where Sylvie was content. And then she was happy to just live her life on her timeline.
The owner was right. It's either going to make you night or completely destroy you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is a great album. A fantastic album. Rock and roll. But when that song's playing and then just her whole world falling apart, just the symbolism of all the characters, they will have nothing if this happens. Loki, and then having the voiceovers of it's a Loki's purpose to always, we're destined to always lose.
Always fail, yeah.
Always fail. There were a lot of poignant moments that were really good character moments that have been called back from the first season and earlier episodes. And I think that was a great moment. And I think Sylvie she hasn't been a main character, and she's had her really strong mindset on escaping, and she's been reluctantly brought in. But now having that happen, she now realizes why it's important to protect the timeline and protect those she loves. So that was you had the nice little 180 that Loki had where he was honest with himself, and Sylvie kind of seeing Loki's perspective.
Finally seeing the perspective of the TVA has the purpose to protect it. And it just needs to be given that chance to protect. It's what with final episode though. I don't know how we can wrap it up in an hour.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it sets up for the future and what consequences are going to be, because we've still got Miss Minutes who's offline. Is Renslayer really dead, or is she? Do they have to go back even further than where they are?
Yeah.
Like, what does it mean? And in the opening, that first line of He Who Remains saying,
I've paved the way.
I've paved the way for everything. I still think this is part of his plan overall. Every step that's been put in place, especially giving timely on that branch, and establishing that branch timeline to create other things to help the TVA. I still think this is a way for him to somehow come back into power. But it will give Loki a greater purpose. This could set Loki up to be a major player later down the line. It could also set up different things for him to jump to different points in the timeline that he never experienced to make changes. I could see him possibly doing that as well.
Okay.
Going back to prevent his mother from dying, or to have a poignant moment with his mum and get that love that he didn't get because he's from the Avengers Battle of New York moment. It could have major consequences with him being the god of stories. He has control of people's stories.
That's what I think.
And the timeline.
I think it's going to lean more towards that aspect of him being controlled the timeline and controlling the stories and allowing for the variance to that kind of pivotal choice to allow something to happen and allowing those both realities to kind of exist.
What will make things interesting as well is because we've got the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars happening at this stage. How this will set, if anything will happen here to set up Secret Wars and the battle, if they do the battle world concept, if they have the multiple universes converging, they've already got the incursions happening, which we saw in Doctor Strange, that incursions happen. So it could also be very interesting if we find out after all this Loki's just being played.
Yeah.
And manipulated.
That's true. Yeah.
That could have huge ramifications for him as a character, because did I make any decision, or was this just predestined?
Yeah.
That could break him. We could see the return of villain Loki.
Was this already written regardless of any choice that I made? It was always going to lead to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see.
With time, and depending on what the writers want to do with it, anything is possible. And I think that could make some really interesting stories if it is all that sort of thing. But I still think that somehow Loki is going to be responsible for... He basically is responsible for creating the TemPad, because he found OB to get him to create one with the handbook.
Then that's why I'm thinking it is very, very circular in that regard, that it is just going to start looping upon itself, and potentially we're going to get a multiverse aspect that links back to the multiverse of madness in that regard, and it in theory is just Loki controlling it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it's the breakdown between the universes where you get Kang then influencing, but Loki created it.
Well, every universe is going to have a Kang. So that's that's going to be the interesting part. Yeah. Is what, in all these universes that are being branched, what are the Kangs doing? Yeah. Are they all selfish? Are they all bad? The good ones are probably going to be killed off by the bad ones because they're too nice. But it does raise a lot of questions on the potential of the timelines. It's going to be hard to do in live action, and in storytelling like this, comics have a much easier medium to have multiple tie-ins, and it's all wrapped up in months as opposed to going through multiple productions having casts and that. But the possibilities are quite significant if they want it to be told that way. It could be a very encapsulated and self-contained finale. Yes. Without really any major consequence, but it's a really good character-driven series on what makes Loki, and also dealing with the looming threat of Kang. So, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, and there are some very interesting avenues for storytelling. But, a very interesting... It did kind of follow the same structure as Season 1, where this was the Void episode. Yep. Episode 5 was the Void episode, seeing the other Lokis. This one was much more we had the big event where something happened the previous episode that changed the game, and we're now dealing with that. Yes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how it wraps up and whether it is open-ended or if it's final.
And what role is Victor going to play?
Yeah. Because he's back.
Is something going to change? Is something going to change? But also, the thing I'm not entirely convinced of, was it actually that moment? Was it that moment where Victor's gone down, or was it the moment where Mobius went down?
Oh, I didn't think about that moment. Yeah.
Because I don't think OB was positioned at the top of the stair. Or he was, but he also he went up the stairs with Mobius going out too. Yeah. So
it'd be interesting to see what moment it is now.
Yeah, it was too quick for me to kind of take in if the sirens were flashing and everything. But yeah, I'm thinking that it might be before the loom goes down. Okay. Maybe, but we'll find out soon. We'll find out. Tell us your thoughts on episode 5, the penultimate episode of Loki, in the comments below. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
And as always, keep it nerdy. Down since day 1-ish, been down since. I was dancing like that to Solo's song today because it's got a really nice...
He's got a really good intro.
Really good music. Like, no, 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 no. Oh.
Woo, South Australia.
You died. Insert your coin, loser.
The Zaniac game.
The Zaniac game.
You died. Insert your coin, loser.
Did not expect that.
No.